Hello everybody, and it's me, Sharaz Jack, phoning all the way from Androzani Minor. Now, today I've got another Doctor Who set to show you, and today it's going to be the latest of the B&M releases. Now, there was 3 sets released at this moment in time, and so this is one of them. I don't have the other 2 because I didn't really think it was worth it, because I did have a couple of the figures already. But B&M usually release 3 sets each year. They were usually £10 each, but this year they are £17 each, which it's still good, but I think it could be. I think it would have been better if it was £10, obviously. So we'll look at the box, and then we'll look at the figures out of the packaging. So the figure is the box is the collector series style with the Starfield, the kind of orangey and blue, and the clockwork effect behind the figures. Monsters collector figure set, Doctor Who logo, 5.5 inch / 14 centimeters scale collector series. Includes Cyberman, Cyber Controller, Sontaran score, character option logo. On the side, some pictures of what you get, most of the same information. Same information again, just with some of the episode information. So Sontaran score, Cyberman, Cyber Controller, Tomb of the Cyberman 1967, Cyberman, Attack of the Cybermen 1985. Now, they could have probably just said this was an Earthshock Cyberman, but I do think the gun is a slightly different colour to the old Earthshock Cyberman. I need to look into that. At the top, it is just some more information, same stuff, and on the side, some legal Garfunkel and some more pictures of the figures. On the bottom, some legal garb. So, taking a look at the figures out of their boxes, yeah, they look really nice. First thing I can notice is that the Attack of the Cyberman has different boots to the original sculpt, but more on that in a minute. So taking a look at probably the least interesting figure, this Sontaran figure. Now, the box set had 2 classic Cybermen in it, and then they kind of just threw the new series Sontaran into it. Well, I don't really collect the new series figures, but yeah, it's nice to have, but I would much have preferred maybe Tomb of the Cyberman would have been nice, but pretty sure the whole idea with these B&M sets is kind of any spare stock they've got lying about, they package them up. So they must have had a lot of these Sontarans left over. So I'll just move his little accessories out of the way. I'll just take a look at them first. So the gun is pretty nice, just one solid black piece. Yep, really nice. And the helmet is a nice metallic blue with kind of see-through eye like goggles, the wee bits where that you would look through. And this goes onto his head nicely, just like that. So if you want to have a Sontaran kind of one of the, troopers, you can just have them like that, or you can have what the packaging advertises him as Score. So I'll take a look at the articulation. So there's articulation at the shoulders, which is like a ball joint, but it's hindered by this shoulder padding. Articulation at the elbow, there I can't remember what, I think it's the bicep, right? The wrist 360s, same on the other arm. Waist articulation, can go out to the side, and it can actually go, well not can, and it can go out towards him. There's leg, this bit can spin around, I can't remember what that's called. Knee articulation, and the foot can move very slightly. So that's it for the articulation. And wait a minute, I'm not sure the head can move. Yeah, it moves slightly, but that might just be a bit loose. So taking a look at the detail, I'm just going to pick up the camera for this. Right, so the head sculpt, if that's going to focus. Right, anyway, the head sculpt is really nice. Yep, they've done a really good job of this. It does look like a Centauran. And the paint has been really nice as well. Nice light blue, light metallic blue, kind of for the whole body, with a black wash, and the wee belt as well. It's pretty nice. And the shoulder pads and the neck with the pro vent. I can't remember what they're called actually. Are the same colour as the helmet. But yeah, that's really it for the Centauran. Not really the reason I bought this set. So moving on to the next figure. So the next figure I'm going to look at is the Airshot, well no sorry, the Attack of the Cybermen, Cyberman. So we'll just look at his little gun first. It's just like the original one, although I think it's slightly more kind of beige than the original. The original one was silver, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. But yeah, I'll need to check to see if they actually were different in the episode. They probably were, but I'll just check. So nice red kind of band here. And yeah, it is a really good sculpt, if you ask me, and it fits nicely into the Cyberman's hand. So looking at the Cyberman, the articulation is pretty much the same as, well, most articulation is the same as the other figures, although the Cyberman doesn't have a ball joint for his shoulders. The arms twist like that. Elbows go 90 degrees, wrists do 360, same on the other arm. The waist twists, the legs kick out and go out to the side, but it's pretty stiff, and the knees do a 90-degree bend, and the boots also twist. The head doesn't actually move, you can just hear it squeaking a wee bit. Now, if we look at the detail of this figure, well, I'll just get in the other one actually, the one that was released back in the day, you can see. Yeah, the paint job is pretty good. It's a lot darker than the other one, like darker grey. I think it looks a lot better actually. The eyes are black. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it might be. And obviously the main difference is the boots are different. I didn't actually know this until I took them out the box, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure why they did that, but I'll need to check. Maybe these boots were inaccurate. Also, this little bit here, which is green, is now just being painted the same colour as the helmet. And if you look really closely, I'll just need to find it. There's a wee orange kind of dot in there. That is no longer there on this version. So yeah, that's the Attack of the Cyberman. Now, here's the figure that I kind of mainly bought the set for, which is the Cyber Controller from Tomb of the Cybermen. Now, I'll just quickly look at the articulation. So the head doesn't really move, it just kind of, I don't know, it just kind of moves a little bit, but not, still like it's supposed to. The shoulders move very slightly, but can't really move because of these tubes. Same with this bit of the arm, twists a wee bit. The elbow is supposed to bend, but again is hindered by this tubing, and the same with the wrist, although that isn't actually attached, so that can move a bit more freely. Same with the other side. And the waist can twist all the way around. The legs can kick out and go to the side, but are very stiff. The knees bend, although they are hindered by the tubing, and the feet also twist at the ankles. Now, the main reason this figure was kind of very sought after was because you could only get this figure in a collect and build wave. We had to get 4 Cybermen, which was the what do you call it? The 10th Planet Cyberman, the Tomb of the Cybermen, the Invasion Cyberman, and kind of randomly the Cyber Leader from the Next Doctor. I think that's actually the rarest one because it was the only time that particular variant was released. The one with the C on his chest. So that was the only way you could get the Cyber Controller, and you'd get a wee bit of it each time you bought a figure. And they're finally releasing it to buy as a whole figure. So it would have cost about, it's pretty expensive on eBay, the original version, maybe £60. So £17 to get 3 figures, and you're getting this, which is kind of the main purchase. It's really, really good. The paintwork's pretty simple, but is really effective. I do like how the helmet is very dark compared to the suit. I'm not sure if this is accurate, but I'll need to look into that. This is kind of made to look like it's a big brain. But yeah, it's pretty simple, not much to talk about the paint. So yeah. So that was my review of one of the 2017 B&M packs. This one was the Monsters pack. There are 2 other sets available in your local B&M stores. One featuring the 9th Doctor, Rose and an Auton. The other featuring K9, the 4th Doctor and Leela. And of course also this set. They're only £17, so I'd really recommend getting them, especially to get the Tomb of the Cybermen controller. So, yep, that's me, Sharazjack. Bye.